Hey guys, welcome to the P3 video for Planetary production. P3, T3 I'm going to be using interchangeably. What we're going to be doing in this video is setting up a high-sec planet. You can see we're in IMIA, near Planet 1, right at the customs office, for planetary interaction on this planet to produce robotics. So what we're going to do first, and I've already done that, is set up our command structure and upgrade that. You don't have to upgrade this all the way. You can upgrade it and then do production on this barren world for further mechanical parts if you'd like. It'll be on a smaller scale, but that can also help feed the mechanical parts requirement part for the robotics production. So the first thing we're going to do is find a spot for our launch pad. Now, the launch pad is going to be used slightly differently in this setup compared to in the others, in that it's going to be both incoming and outgoing. We're going to set up one storage facility just next to the launch pad, and we're then going to set up, we'll go for three advanced industry facilities. Once we have those built, we're going to create links. They don't need to be linked to each other, they just need to be linked to the storage facility, and the storage facility needs to be linked to the launch pad. Hit submit. The planet is now set for production of robotics. We just have to install schematics. And you can see I'm already down on schematics here for the robotics, and it needs 10 mechanical parts, 10 consumer electronics. We're going to install that 3 times and route it to, we're not going to route it to the storage facility, we're actually going to route that to the launch pad, because that is where we want it to finish up. So route that to the launch pad 3 times for 3 factories, hit and install each time. We're then going to hit submit, and the planet now has no material, but is going to take robotics that are built here and ship them directly to this side. We're going to come out of the planet quickly and go towards this. We're within 2,500, this customs office. Open this up, and we're going to do the reverse of pulling material out. Yeah, you can see here I have about 6.5 million worth of material. I actually lost some of this by setting up a previous planet incorrectly, but you know, you're still pulling roughly 4 million a planet by doing this. We're gonna put both of our materials in this side of the customs office. Just drag and drop from here, and then we're gonna hit the transfer button. Now we need to select them, move them into this side, and then hit the transfer button. Now you'll see I'm paying tax of 15% because we're in high-sec. This is where the customs code expertise skill comes in handy, because it will reduce this down, because there is also an empire tax rate on top of the corporate tax rate that you will pay both for import and for export. Once we've done that, we're going to close that and reopen the planetary interaction of this planet, cargo bay. And you can see now on this launch pad the material has been moved down to here. Now we need to move this to our storage facility, so click expedited transfer and then click the storage facility. Once you've done that, move both sets of material across and hit the execute transfer. Now you can see that that has moved to here. Now to automate this, we will route it. So click on storage, and then we will route consumer electronics to all 3 facilities. See that each time I do that, that number goes down just a little, because it is automatically routing it there because it has material. So that could cost us 30 material. And we'll do the same for the mechanical parts. We'll create that route 3 times. Oh, it's clicking. Mechanical parts, create route. Done. Once we've done that, go ahead and hit submit, and you can see that all 3 of these facilities are now producing robotics. It will take an hour. They're going to produce 3 units, so we're going to get 9 units of robotics per hour. And robotics is worth a reasonable amount, and you could produce this further into organic mortar applicators. So in 1 hour, what will happen is this material will transit through the storage unit to the launch pad, and then much the same way as you get material off-world, any other way, you can just launch this into space. You can see that because we've transferred in and out, again, like I say, I messed up the planet the first time, you do have that transfer window. Now, you need to keep ferrying material to this planet. What I just brought here will not last particularly long, but like I say, I messed up a little bit by losing 30 of each material, which is obviously an hour. So we have right now just less than 10 hours worth of material. That's not terrible, but obviously if you have more, it will run for longer. Bear in mind that obviously you pay tax coming in and coming out, which will have an impact on the profit margin that you will get from this. I'm doing it in high sec purely because it is easier. You can do it in Antum or any of the low sec where you have access to low tax rates, or if you don't have the customs code expertise skill, you may want to look at other alternatives. Much shorter video, much easier setup, and you can just keep plugging away at this. This has a very large cargo capacity, and you can see that we have a lot of power grid and a lot of CPU left. So if you wanted to, you could build a couple of extractors. In fact, sure, why not? Let's see if I can do that. Try and build some more mechanical parts here. So we're going to do that for the base metals. Noble metals may be a problem. We'll see. No, there's a reasonable amount there. So we'll just put that next to that. We'll put in, because we have less power grid and CPU to play with, we're just going to put 2 of these in. And we're going to put one advanced here with a storage facility here. Slightly different setup, and we should have enough power grid for some material at least. So we're now going to create our links. I've kind of messed this up, but you can see the rough concept. You can just, because you're probably all better at this game than I am, you can make it look and perform better. So we're going to extract for base materials. My goodness, there's a lot of that. With just 2 extractors on a 2-day cycle. The reason we're only using 2 extractors is because there are a lot less noble metals than there are base metals. So we'll move this down here, and you can see we're going to pull about 3,700 units. Maybe we'll go for 3. That's not terrible. We're going to have some reasonable pulls there. Yeah, that should be okay. Can I do 4? I don't think I can do 4. Maybe I can do 4. We'll try for 4, because that'll keep the factories running most of the time. Because we only have 2 of these factories, we only need 6,000 an hour. I'm going to try for 4. We'll start the extraction, and if it's messed up, it's messed up. The noble metals, obviously there are a lot less of these, and I didn't pick an optimal spot for this PI. You can spend time putting down a setup similar to this, but for mechanical parts, followed by the advanced production. Yeah, 2000. So I don't think. Oh well, I can maybe install. Okay, so I can only get 5 of these down. So I'm kind of already up against it for mining this stuff because I picked a bad spot. Annoyingly, just out of reach there. Ah, well, I suppose I can just decommission this and move it. We'll put down a extractor that's in range of this stuff here. Now, we may end up losing some of our efficiency by having to have a much longer link here, but I'm okay with that. So this is how to not set up PI for efficiency, but hopefully it hopefully it shows you what not to do, and that can sometimes be as useful as showing you what to do, I guess, right? We'll go with that. So we are able to have 4 extractors. I think 4 was the limit. No, 5. We can get 5. And you can see we're at about 3,500 there. We're just gonna go for it. I've messed this up so badly that I don't think there's any coming back from this. But that's okay. If you put a little more time and effort into your PI, you too can make it. This is just kind of bonus PI, I guess, because really all we need this planet for is to produce this stuff. But we'll do that and hit submit. Now, the reason I'm doing a separate storage facility is purely because I want to route everything in one place, and I want to be able to keep this separate from this. So we're still working our groups. So in this side, we're going to make our reactive metals and route those to there. Reactive metals. And then on this side, what is it that we're doing? We're going to be producing precious metals. Precious metals going to this side. Go ahead and hit submit. And then in this side, we're going to be producing mechanical parts. So we'll scroll up. Mechanical parts. Install. Now the mechanical parts we can quite easily put into this storage facility because we're going to use those. And then again, go ahead and hit submit. So now what we're going to do is go onto our routes. And then route our base metals into this side. Hit submit, and then we're going to route our precious metals. Nope, sorry, our noble metals. They were hiding. Route our noble metals over to this side. You can already see that we don't have enough to run 2 cycles. Wait a minute, I'm on this. Right. Oh, I clicked the wrong one. Okay. Create route to here. And then we're going to go ahead and hit submit. And then from this side, we will have our precious and our reactive metals going to this facility. Now, this is, like I said, this is just bonus PI, really. This is the part of this that we're interested in, these 3 factories. This will just make the world make slightly more money, and will also reduce the import tax that you have to pay on the mechanical parts, because you can produce at least some of them locally. So if you want to produce some of them locally, import some, and then import consumer electronics, you can do it that way. And that's an easy way to do it. The alternative is that you can have a full factory world. So this could produce a setup like this, could produce robotics. You could have other setups. If I look at the schematics, you could look at producing planetary vehicles, neocoms, high-tech transmitters. Any of these things, you can just set up a individual factory group made of 3 advanced facilities and 1 storage facility in a clock fashion around this launch pad. Bring your material in and then just produce, and then ship it all out, which means that you don't then have to mess around with the the rigmarole that I just went through trying to get this set up, which is probably the ugliest planet that I've ever set up, but it is functional, much like myself. So hopefully that was helpful, and it showed you how to, at least this part, showed you how to build P3s, and this part showed you how bad I am at PI. And if there's any questions, let me know in Corp Chat, mail, Discord, carrier pigeon, anything like that. Thank you.